What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy, Pool Kind of Boxing, coming back at you with another boxing video for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Please smash that like button for more hardcore boxing content and subscribe to my channel. So, here we are on the last segment of Errol Spence Jr. workout. And he gave a really good workout, man. This is, probably one of the best workouts I've seen, you know what I'm saying? And, he's here with Derrick James, and he is gloving up to hit the bag. So one thing I've noticed, that, I put on my other videos, you probably heard me say, is that Shag, he's growing, is coming back. And I don't know if you know the story of Samson, when he got his hair cut, it so went his power, looked like he's growing the hair back and looked like he's regaining his power like Samson did when he pushed the pillars, and crushed the whatever mites it was, and looked like he's reclaiming himself by going back to his country roots. He brought a farm out there in Texas. He got him some horses and cows, and recentering himself, getting out of that fast city life, and getting back to the fundamentals, just taking care of his kids and his wife. And that's what's up, man. To see these fighters, mature and grow up and, become productive in their own lives, and just become an example for other young men, I think Errol Spence Jr. is an example of that, how he, just took control of his life, sometimes it takes, a tragic incident or two, to get your head on straight. And as you can see here, he's hitting the bag, doing his classic hooks, going side to side. Kind of reminds me of Jerron Boots Ennis when he does that. He didn't do it much, but just going from side to side, getting off them hooks like he likes to throw, and changing up the speed and the pace, But when you look at Errol Spence Jr.'s style, it's like a throwback style, like, from Sugar Ray Robinson or Joe Louis, just that come forward style, and parry, the punches that's coming in, from his opponents. And, he loves using that high guard and, instead of slipping punches, Errol Spence Jr. don't slip a lot of punches. So he take a lot of punches on his gloves and that way, he's in a better position to counterpunch you. For example, like the catch and shoot, once your opponents fire off, let's say like with a straight right or something, he can block that, or he can parry that punch or deflect it in some kind of way, just to take the power off that opponent's punch. And at the same time, he just take a little step forward. That's why he's always practicing, stepping forward and blocking and punching, so he can catch at the same time, move forward, take that little step on the inside to be, in range to return fire. So, we saw the Porter fight, how he used his technique to get inside, to deflect a lot of what Porter was throwing, because Porter is a he's a volume puncher, and so he would let Porter get off, just so he can position himself, to throw power shots to the body to kind of slow Porter down, because he has a lot of activity, and Porter's real low to the ground. So that was another thing, that how he gets low, the way he trains, to to get low And that's what something Derrick James was telling him, to get low with Porter, and you know what I'm saying, letting Porter, you know what I'm saying, get off so he can get on the inside. So he was really trying to stop Porter. And you know, so he trains, you know, the way he fights, you know, it's just that forward motion, you know, for a tall guy, you know, he knows how to hide that body, you know, he knows how to, you know, stay low and, you know what I'm saying, make himself small, even though he's the bigger guy. And so, you know, when he fights on inside and he starts to engage, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to get them body punches on him because he has a tight guard. And also, you notice how he snaps his punches, you know. You know, he really snaps his punches. You know, he'll load up sometimes, but you notice how, you know, he put most of the force on the end of his punch. Like he'll use that 1-2, and then, you know what I'm saying, you know, that'll get his opponents off line, out of position, onto the back foot with a double jab or a stab jab to the solar plex. And that sets up, you know, Errol Jr. That gives him options, basically. And so he can snap a hook in there. You'll see some of the training footages where he'll snap a hook, or he'll snap a jab, or he'll try to frame you up to the ropes, you know what I'm saying, to move you back, you know what I'm saying, to snap some hook shots and on you off the ropes. And so you can see how he just snapped that hook with an uppercut. You know, it's kind of like a Bruce Lee type of technique from Jeet Kune Do. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of his theory, you know, where you make yourself as strong as possible. You know, you train yourself, your body, you know what I'm saying, all your arms, you know what I'm saying, your legs, you know, your core. Basically, he used to preach about, you know, making sure your core is powerful.
Of his home gym here in Dallas, Errol Spence Jr. Errol, you look in impeccable physical shape, but my goodness, you look razor sharp. How much are you looking forward to April 16th at AT&T Stadium against your Dennis Ugas?
I've been looking forward since, you know, I dropped out from the Pacquiao fight. You know, I knew I was gonna face one of the two, either Pacquiao or Ugas. So I got Ugas. Ugas is a tough champion. He's a guy that you know, been through a lot in his life and went through it, and now he's a champion now. So he's living the American dream. He want to keep the American dream. So you know, his challenge is beat me. But with me, I want to get that. I want to get the other belt. So I have 3 belts, and, you know, hopefully we can go for the ultimate goal. That's to be undisputed champion of the world.
Now, you could have easily taken a tune-up fight after a 16-month layoff. You had an eye injury that derailed those plans to fight Manny Pacquiao back in August. But now you're fighting your Dennis Ugas. That's not an easy fight whatsoever. Why did you decide to right away jump into the fray and fight another welterweight champion of the world in your Dennis Ugas?
Well, I almost had, you know, I did have, you know, almost 2 career-ending injuries. So, you know, I feel like I'm on borrowed time right now. So, you know, I can't just sit around and fight a tune-up fight and then, you know, God forbid something may happen or anything like that. So, you know, send me straight in with the other Sharks, you know. And I feel like Ugas, he's a tough fighter, and he's gonna come to fight. He's gonna push me to that level, and that's what I wanted in training camp and everything. Want an opponent that's gonna push me, because I knew if I was fighting a tune-up or anything like that, like I could, you know, sneak snacks in at night and, you know, do other stuff, because, you know, I'm not fighting somebody that I feel like that's on my level, but I'm fighting somebody who's on my level, so I'm 100% prepared.
What kind of challenges does your Dennis Ugas pose to you?
From what, you know, from what I heard, you know, he's physical. From what I've seen, I know that he's very tough, and even with, you know, when he fought Sean Porter, he was waving Sean Porter like, come on, like he was pumped up. So he's a guy that got their fighter spirit inside him. So, you know, he's definitely gonna give it his all, and, you know, and try to best me.
Derrick James told me when I asked him about how you're feeling physically, your eye, he goes, we're not even thinking about that whatsoever. How are you feeling physically?
I'm feeling great. Like I've been sparring, being great rounds in, and putting in a lot of work, and nothing's been wrong with my eye at all. It's been feeling good. It's actually stronger than the other one. So, I just got to be just 100% on point and make sure that I don't get hit with careless shots and things like that.
Ismail Salas, the head trainer of your Dennis Ugas, told me yesterday that he saw a difference in your fight against Danny Garcia compared to that of Sean Porter. When I asked him to clarify those comments, he said that you are a different fighter. He sees a difference between what we saw out of you in September of 19 and what you saw of you in December of 2020 against Danny Garcia. He doesn't think you're the same guy. How do you respond to those comments?
Well, shit, have this fighter fight Sean Porter and get in a car accident and fight a year and a half after that and fight a top level fighter to see is he the same fighter or not. So who's gonna be the same after just a year and a half layoff of getting thrown from a car? So I wasn't the same fighter, but like I said, even half of me will be mostly top guys at the top level. So but I feel great now. I feel 100% and everything in my body is, on point and feeling real regular. So if he think I'm different, then we'll see in 2.5 weeks how different I am.
What do you think the difference is going to be in the fight against your Dennis Ugas?
With who?
With against Ugas, what do you think the difference is going to be? Your ring IQ, your body punching. What do you think the difference is going to be?
Everything. I got it all. I got everything. So whatever he can bring to the table, whatever he try to muster up with, he try to fight. I can box, I can bang, I can do it all. I can jab, I can move, I can punch. I can sit in the inside, all that. So, I'm with anything that he with, but I'm going to dictate the pace and I'm going to control everything and I'm going to make it until my fight.
Assuming all goes according to plan against your Dennis Ugas and you have your hand raised on Saturday, April 16th on Showtime pay-per-view at AT&T Stadium, is a matchup against Terrence Crawford in the near future?
I think so. I'm hopeful that, it can happen. I had 3 belts. He had his belt. So, that'll be the ultimate goal. And I feel like that'll be the biggest fight in sports, for the Undisputed Crown and us 2 top 5, best power pound fighters in the world. So, I think that's a huge fight, especially us in our prime. I think, he's going to be a great fighter. So, I'm hoping that can happen. But like I said, not looking past the Ugas at all. That's my main priority. That's the guy that, I got to look at because if I got to beat him to get Terrence Crawford or anybody else, So I want to get the 3rd belt and, become undisputed. So that's my ultimate goal. So I got to get past this test. So I'm not looking past Ugas at all.
If your Dennis Ugas is watching this right now, what message do you want to tell him as we are just over 2 weeks away until you both step inside the ring at AT&T Stadium?
I ain't got nothing to say to him. It's 2.5 weeks left. He signed a contract. So it's fight time, man. I got nothing to say to him. It's 2.5. He already know it's time to rumble. Everybody know how I fight. Everybody know what I do. I'm looking for an excellent, one-sided, great fight. And I'm going to put on a great show and great performance in front of my fans and family and put on a great show like I always do.
Errol, thanks so much for the time. We look forward to seeing you during fight week in a few weeks.
Thank you.